Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. This is going to be an analysis video / commentary video, and I feel as if this is probably one of my most exciting races I've done before. So stay tuned and prepare for some exciting racing. I actually did my first attempt at a breakaway, maybe around 1.5 miles into the race, so it was really early on. I was trying to shake up the group a bit and maybe drop some riders, just to try to get the group a bit smaller, but in a bit you are going to see me try another breakaway, and this is right now I'm going to be going for the win. So this is just going to be like an all-out kind of thing. If I can get 3 seconds on the group, I'm going to keep going. If I can't, I'll probably drop back if there are riders chasing me, but this is really just going to be an effort to try to go solo from the finish here. I chose this spot on the course because most of the riders are trying to save their energy for the finishing sprint, and there's also around 2.1 miles left. Riders are going pretty slow right now, and it's just a slight incline, so more of a benefit for me. So in a little bit, you're going to see me ramp up my power to around 9-10 watts per kilo, and I'm going to hold around 6 to 7 for maybe 45 seconds to a minute. And I end up getting caught on this one, but I do end up trying again later. So that the final attack is the most exciting attack. So right here you see me just surge up to 310 watts ish. I immediately change my camera angle, try to see if I'm getting a gap. It does look like I'm getting a gap, but immediately Kei Nakagawa from who is 50 kilogram rider, that's not their team, but that's just something to have at the end of the name. But he starts chasing as soon as I jump, so I keep the pressure on, and I'm like, maybe I can try to drop some riders on this attack, but eventually I realized that it's a fruitless effort, and I ease back off. And at this point I'm just like, do I go again, or do I just wait until the finishing sprint? Because I know I have a decent shot at the finishing sprint, but I ultimately decide that I've already attacked once, I've used a lot of energy already, so I might as well just try to finish this off strong and see what I can do. So only around a minute or less than a minute after I get reeled back in, I do try again, and you're going to see that once I settle into the group, around, I think it's 1.48 or something like that. That's how far out I go from. So you're gonna see me, I'm about to surge. I'm just moving towards the front of the group because something that I was trying to do was start from towards the front of the group and really use that momentum that I had. And right now, right here, I went up to 320, and I just flew right past the group. And immediately, I got a 1 second gap as soon as I looked back up to the screen. So a really good sign, and I was super happy that I did get that gap. And at this point, I was just like, there's no turning back, and from here, I just gotta go and see how long I can hold this ever for. I was doing around 6 watts per kilo, and my plan was to surge on the small incline to try to get more time, because that's where it's really going to make the difference, along with the downhill. And I was worried that this wasn't going to hold because I only had 3 seconds on the group, and I really needed around 10 seconds on the sprint, once I hit the sprint, in order to make this attack successful. You're going to see that I got extremely close to the win, and I honestly thought that I had it in the bag, but my luck changed, and riders started chasing me later on in the race. You can see on my power graph, I am doing all red right now. My heart rate is slowly creeping up, 207 right now, and I'm still doing over 6 watts per kilo, just really keeping that gap, and I'm still pushing. Looks like at this point I've got a 7 second gap, so it's still growing, but riders are surging, and Nakamu, Japanese riders, start surging, and that kind of closes the gap, or stops me from gaining time actually. And I really need to gain more time if I wanted to stay with these riders, or not stay with these riders, stay away from these riders, because my gap here started to close, but I did get it back up to 8 seconds, but I knew that wasn't going to be enough. But 0.7 miles still. At this point, I looked up at the screen and I was like, there's still 0.7 miles, and I've got an 8 second gap. This could still be possible, but I knew I was going to really have to hammer, and the distance didn't seem to be closing down as quickly as I would have liked. I kept looking up, and it was the same distance every time, but eventually I got pretty close to the finishing sprint, and that's when riders started to surge. So you're going to see that there is going to be one major attack that really ruins this breakaway. You're gonna see it from I don't remember which rider, but you're going to see in probably just around 30 seconds or 15 seconds. Okay, so D Short just surges immediately and flies right by everyone, and he actually starts closing the gap really quickly, 6 seconds, and immediately my gap has been shattered. I know that this is kind of the end, and as soon as I hit that sprint banner, I knew that this was just every last watt I had. This was still possible. I still had a 6-second gap on the majority of the group, but G Short was holding 7 watts per kilo, much more than my 6. And then GO just started flying right by everyone, 16 watts per kilo, and that's when I knew that this attack was not going to be sticking. He was absolutely flying. He was probably doing around 40 miles per hour, and he just passed me like I'm standing still. Right there, you see him pass me. That's 300 feet left in the race, and nobody else has passed me yet, but I just give up at this point. And right here, at around 50 feet, is when a group of around 5 or 6 riders just flies right by. Honestly, if I maybe had one other breakaway rider with me, or if my power was just slightly higher, I could have definitely pulled that off, but I just didn't have the power in the legs to pull this win off. And I was super happy with my attack. I set a new 5-minute PR, 206 watts. So overall, this was an amazing race, and I look forward to trying that again sometime. I think that I could pull it off, knowing that I was this close this time. That'll just motivate me to push even harder next time and just dig deeper and maybe take the win next time. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I've got some more content coming soon, so please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon. Ride on.